Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the American Revolution, a very important event that changed history.
The American Revolution happened between 1775 and 1783. It was when the 13 colonies in North America decided to fight for their freedom from Great Britain.
The conflict started with the Battle of Lexington and Concord in 1775, when colonists and British soldiers began to fight. It ended in 1783 with the Treaty of Paris, which said that the United States was now a free and independent country.
Some important people in this revolution were George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and King George III. This was not only a war, it was also a revolution of ideas.
Colonists were inspired by the Enlightenment thinkers who talked about freedom, equality, and rights to all people.
These ideas made the colonies believe they could change their future and create a better government.
The American Revolution started because the colonies were unhappy with British control. After the French and Indian War, Britain needed money, so they made the colonies pay many taxes. Some examples were the Stamp Act, which made them pay more money for paper and for documents, and the Tea Act, which added a tax on tea.
The colonists thought this was unfair because they had no representation in the British Parliament. They believed that if they had no voice in the government, they should not have to pay taxes.
Britain also made trade rules that hurt the colonists. The colonists could only trade with Great Britain, and when they protested, British soldiers were sent to the control camp. The Boston Tea Party and the closing of the Boston port made things even worse.
The colonists began to believe that they needed freedom and self-government. They were inspired by the Enlightenment, a movement that talked about reason and natural rights.
Philosophers like John Locke said that people have the right to liberty and property, and if a ruler does not respect these rights, people can rebel.
Thomas Jefferson used these ideas to write the Declaration of Independence in 1776. In this document, they said that all men are created equal and that everyone has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
These words gave them hope to the colonists and inspired them to keep fighting for their independence. The effects of the American Revolution were very important.
First, the 13 colonies became independent and created the United States of America. They built a new government based on democracy and freedom, where leaders were chosen by the people. The Declaration of Independence became a symbol of liberty around the world.
The American Revolution inspired other revolutions, especially in France and Latin America, where people also fought for the freedom and the equality.
Revolution changed how people thought about power, rights, and justice. It showed what is possible to fight against unfair rulers and create a better future.
However, not everything was perfect. After the revolution, slavery continued for many years and women still did not have equal rights. This reminds us that freedom is not something that happens all at once. It's something people must continue to work for.
In the end, the American Revolution taught the world that freedom, equality, and democracy are worth fighting for. It was not just a war, it was the start of new ideas that all people deserve to live free and have a voice in their own government.
Thank you for listening, and we hope you understand more about the American Revolution.
After learning about the American Revolution, I realized how important the ideas can be. The Enlightenment really influenced people to believe in freedom and equality, and it showed me that the change starts when the people start to think differently and have the courage to fight for them.
I think the American Revolution was really important because it showed us how to stand up for ourselves and fight for inequality and injustice. And it also reminds me that nowadays we still have some problems that we could still, as people and as a community, stand up for ourselves to make a change in the world.
With this work, I get to the conclusion that wars and how the people think can have an impact in an amazing way. Even though a country is big, what happens in one country and passes to other ones it's like amazing. It's something we have to learn to like do not repeat history or don't make the same mistakes.